When this man stumbled across a lost baby horse crying for its mom, there was only one thing he could do. What happened next will melt your heart. It had started as a normal day for the small herd of horses. One of the mares was keeping an eye on her foal as the group moved along, grazing on all the grass and shrubbery they came across. The foal was the mare's first baby, and she was incredibly protective of her. She did everything to ensure her baby was happy, healthy, and out of harm's way, whether from other animals or people. On this particular day, however, something went drastically wrong. The herd had been grazing as usual, but it was late afternoon, and night was quickly closing in. It was during these dusk hours that the worst possible thing happened. The foal had wandered a short distance away from her mother, trying to munch on a particularly tasty shrub. Suddenly, a coyote appeared. At first, it was just one, but soon enough, more and more emerged from behind bushes and little hills, heading straight for the foal. Their yellow, glowing eyes showed hunger, seeking an easy meal. Usually, coyotes wouldn't attack wild horses, as they are much too large and dangerous for the canines to risk fighting. However, the foal, being younger and smaller than her mother, was an easy target. Since she had wandered away from the older mare, she found herself cut off by the pack of canines. Scared, and with no other options, the foal made a desperate attempt to attract her mother's attention. As soon as she did this, though, the coyotes darted towards her, intent on attacking. Terrified and knowing she didn't stand a chance against them, the foal turned and ran away from the coyotes in the opposite direction of her grazing mother. It didn't take long for the mare to hear the commotion as the coyotes chased after her baby. Without hesitation, the horse charged at the pack of wild canines, ready to protect her foal at all costs. She kicked, whinnied, and reared up, trying to scare them off. But by the time she had chased off most of the hungry canines, it was too late. Her baby had run off in fear. The mother tried calling for the foal, but the baby horse was either too far away to hear her or too scared to return, fearing the coyotes might still be there. Instantly, the mare began to panic, charging around the field desperately looking for her baby, but she was nowhere to be seen. As night began to close in, the mare felt frightened, fearing she might never see her baby again. The next day, the mare set off again, traveling further. The rest of her herd stayed close, equally invested in finding the baby horse. Throughout the day, the mare continually searched for the foal, trying to follow her trail and scent. However, as the day dragged on, there was still no sight of the young horse. It seemed hopeless, like the mare would never find her baby. Meanwhile, the foal had managed to survive the night, outrunning the remainder of the coyotes that had gone after her. But because she was young and unfamiliar with the lands she roamed and the herd's usual trails, she didn't know which direction to take to get back to her herd. She began calling out, desperate for her mother to find her, but there was no response. Seeing no one coming, the foal decided to run off in a random direction, hoping it would eventually lead her back to the herd and her mother. However, as the hours passed, it became clear the direction the foal had chosen wasn't right. As night fell once again, the foal hunkered down behind some bushes, hoping nothing dangerous would attack her. Thankfully, the night passed without incident for both the mare and her foal. With the new day, the foal set off again, trying to make her way back to her herd. Instead of finding the group of horses, she stumbled upon something much stranger and unusual. She found herself on a road, specifically a highway cutting through the land and fields the herd liked to travel. Somehow, the foal had ended up on the opposite side of the guardrail, stuck on the road and unable to get back over. The road, despite being a highway, was relatively quiet, with hardly any passing cars. This reduced her risk of getting hit, but now she was stranded. With no other options, the foal began walking along the road, staying close to the guardrail, calling out now and then, hoping her mom would hear and help. As morning turned into afternoon, a lone car drove along the highway. The man inside noticed a strange shape moving on the road ahead. Realizing it was an animal, he pulled over, concerned that it might get hurt if another car came by. Approaching the foal, the man tried to help, but the horse was nervous and backed away. Understanding it would take time to gain the foal's trust, the man stayed calm and called out gently. Concerned that he couldn't see the foal's herd, the man knew the young horse likely wouldn't last long alone. He didn't feel right leaving her alone. As he continued to call, something incredible happened. Over a small hill, a group of horses trotted towards him. The mare in front seemed the most energetic and excited. Approaching the guardrail, she stopped upon seeing the man, watching him warily. The foal recognized her mother and called out excitedly, trying to get closer. Approaching the guardrail, the mare, relieved to see her baby alive, stood next to her. But they still had one obstacle, the metal railing separating them. Seeing the foal needed help, the man knew he had to assist. However, with the arrival of the mother and the herd, he had to be cautious. The man was aware the mother horse would be extremely protective, especially after losing her baby for the last few days. He also knew the foal couldn't get over the barrier on her own. Without an idea of what to do, he watched as the foal and her mother paced up and down the road on either side of the barrier. He couldn't let them stay separated for long. With no other plan, he decided to approach the foal. Initially, the foal walked away, scared of the man. He knew he had to act quickly. As he approached, he picked up the foal, his arms supporting her weight and keeping her steady. The foal surprisingly didn't resist much, almost as if she understood he was trying to help. With some struggle, the man managed to lift her over the barrier, reuniting her with her mother. The moment they came together again was one of immense relief and love. Both were grateful to be together, healthy and injury-free. The man felt his heart brimming with happiness and a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing he played a role in their reunion. With the foal safely back with the herd, they quickly ran across the field away from the highway. The man watched until they disappeared, then made his way back home. His friend uploaded the heartwarming moment to YouTube, where it went viral, touching people's hearts. The man returned to the area, keeping an eye on the horses, especially the foal, ensuring nothing bad happened to her. He occasionally offered small treats like apples. Over the years, he saw the foal grow into a beautiful mare, just like her mother. Knowing she had grown up healthy and happy, the man felt his mission was complete. On his last visit to the herd, he watched them graze for hours. As he prepared to leave, the fully grown horse looked up at him, a silent acknowledgement. It was as if she knew he wouldn't return, thanking him for helping and watching over her. The man, touched, smiled, and left, knowing it was for the best. He never expected the horse to reciprocate the care and love he had shown. Although he hadn't been back, he knew the herd was thriving, and the foal he saved likely had her own foal now. The thought made his efforts years ago worth it, a testament to the impact of caring for animals, enriching not only their lives but also his own.